What's going on, folks? This is your boy LB the Realist with Surrealistic Studios, Surreal News, where the realists are real. Alright, so here's a scoop on the San Diego protest. Here's what I know. Now, I caught on to it late. I didn't know that there was going to be a bunch of protests happening today. But when I found out, I made sure that I found out where to go. I started walking down my street and walking up halfway up a big hill, almost to the next main street. Before realizing that I was going in the wrong direction, I checked my Google and realized that there was a protest close to me, but it was happening kind of on the next town over, still technically San Diego County, but it's La Mesa. I'm in San Diego. La Mesa's like right there, and I kind of live in an area where it's close. So I was like, all right, cool, I'm close. I hop in my car. I walk back to my crib. I hop back in my car, and I drive over to where they were having a protest closer to me. That was in La Mesa, California, at the La Mesa police station. Now, apparently, there were other protests. I heard that there was a protest in El Cajon, which is also a town within San Diego County. I heard there was a protest in, where was it? Somewhere up north, somewhere up one of our northern counties. So there were different protests happening throughout the city, and also there were some protesters who got in their cars and drove over to our mayor's, I believe his house, and they did a honking driving protest around his neighborhood or around his house. So I went to the La Mesa police station protest. When I arrived there was a good amount of people there. I'd say the reports are like 1,000. That's what the news sites are reporting. I guess, yeah, like 1,000 people. I mean, there was a good amount of people there. Way more people, way more protesters than police officers at the time that I was there. Now, I didn't make it there at the very beginning of the protest because, like I said, I caught on late. But when I got there, I'll tell you everything that I encountered. When I got there was the main protest happening, I believe, in the front of the police station where the majority of the protesters were. And they had people in front with megaphones speaking to the crowd. And when I first approached the crowd, I heard things like, we don't want, basically, I'll paraphrase. She said, she didn't want anybody to start trouble. And if you're here to start trouble, then you're not here to remember or fight for justice or George Floyd. You're here to instigate and cause issues, and you need to leave. So she was basically saying, if you're here for the nonsense, you need to go. And I appreciated that message. And I think most of the protesters took heed of that message. There was interesting things happening on one side of the protest, say the left side of the group. There seemed to be a white man come in, and he went right to where the speaker was, and he yelled something, and I couldn't make it out. Maybe you guys can make it out in the video. I just uploaded 4 videos that I took at the protest, so you guys can check them out if you'd like after this. He said something. I believe what he said was, you know what, I'm not going to speculate. I don't want to guess. I'm not sure what he said. Maybe you guys can make it out. But he said something they didn't like. The crowd didn't like it. They escorted him out of there. And as he was walking out, there were some things thrown at him. I believe some water, a water bottle, something like that. And as he gets further away from the crowd, starts walking over to the left, some people are following him. I kind of follow back to see what's going on. And something happens. I'm not sure if it's a fight that happens or if somebody swings, but there's something going on over there that I didn't want to be too close to because it looked like it was getting kind of hectic in that area. But it settled down real quick, so I'm guessing he, got himself out of there, and that was it. While that was happening, the main part of the protest was still happening in the middle portion of the police station, like the front. And it seemed as though they wanted to keep things focused. You know, they didn't want the distraction. And that's all that it was. It was just a distraction to take away from what people were really there for, what the protesters were really there for, was to remember George Floyd and to fight for George Floyd and people like George Floyd, people like us, for all lives, but specifically for Black lives. Because we know all lives matter, but Black lives have to matter first in this situation. That's just the way it is, because we weren't considered people in this country. But that's neither here nor there. We won't get on that right now. As we move to the right side of the protest, there happened to be an armored car or armored police vehicle or truck. And it was just parked there. I noticed because one of the protesters told me, hey, look, I think there's a police squad car over there. I was like, oh, what are you talking about? And I kind of look over the crowd and I see it in the distance. It has something on top of it. So I noticed that it wasn't a regular vehicle. So I walked over there, and as soon as I approached the vehicle, it had what looked like spray paint on it or some kind of writing on it, like somebody wrote on the truck. People were just basically surrounding the truck. I'm not sure when the truck got there or exactly what played out in the beginning. I just know that when I approached the truck, there was some people, taunting the truck. There was obviously some policemen inside. I'm not sure how many, but there was, I believe, more than one or two. I don't know what they were waiting for, but they were inside the truck waiting. All of a sudden, I circle around the truck, and I'm just taking film. Again, you guys can see all of this, so you guys get you can get the actual visual of what I'm describing. But I walk around the truck, and people start throwing water or water bottles, and all of a sudden I hear crashes like crash, crash, bah, bah. So it sounds like they're hitting the truck with harder items, heavier items than just water bottles, rocks possibly. Again, I didn't want to get too close because I wanted to keep a safe distance away. But it sounded as though there were some big rocks being thrown at that armored vehicle. It sounded as though the windows were being smashed. It looked as though the windows were being smashed. Again, check out the video for yourselves. I don't believe in absolutes, all right? I could be misjudging some things, but this is how I'm remembering it, right? So, yeah, they're throwing stuff at the armored truck, and the armored truck is trying to back out as this is happening. So as the armored truck is backing out, people are throwing stuff, and I'm circling around the truck trying to keep a safe distance. All of a sudden, I hear this sound like, and I see a few people around me start running. So I don't know if you're from the ghetto like I'm from the ghetto, but when you see people around you start running, you start running. So I ran. I didn't know what that sound was. I thought that they had opened fire with some 22s or some pellet guns or some tear gas or rubber bullets, or I didn't know what the hell it was. I just knew I wasn't about to get hit. And I didn't. I did not. I'm safe, y'all. I'm good. I'm good. LB is good. I stayed safe. I had my face mask on and everything. But yeah, I heard that sound, and a few people jetted. I don't remember how many it was. I thought it was the whole crowd. I looked back on some footage I seen from, I believe, CBS 8 in San Diego, and they had a different angle of it, and the sound went off, but there were still people around. So I don't know if they were just being brave or what, but I don't know. Maybe the police were just playing a audio recording of something that makes people think they're shooting at them. I don't know. I feel terrorized. Honestly, I feel terrorized. But there were some stuff thrown at the truck though. So again, I don't know how that all started or how it exactly ended, because I got my ass out of there. So I circle around. I kind of go around the block a little bit just to kind of get out of the area, because I don't know what was going to happen, if they were all going to get out and start arresting people or start shooting, or I don't know. I didn't know. I went around the corner and I kind of made my way back over to the protest, back over to the police station. And you can kind of notice on the walls of the police station, on basically all around the police station, there was BLM, Black Lives Matter, spray painted on it, and there was some writing on it: "Fuck the police, fuck 12." Um, they said "fuck Donald Trump." Um, yeah, and up until like the ending of the whole, well, of my encounter at the protest, there was no major damage up until the armored truck incident. It seemed like, actually, and then things kind of turned from there. It started off peacefully. It started off great. I don't know what triggered that moment to happen the way it did, but it did. And after that, not only were there paintings on the walls and spray paint, and busted out windows of armored truck vehicles. I don't know if they were exactly busted out, but they moved on to bigger rocks being thrown into the police station windows. So I started hearing crash, crash, bang, 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 bang all around me, and they're throwing rocks into the police station. So things got really hectic today, y'all. Very hectic. And I was only there for, I don't even know how long, maybe 40 minutes to an hour or something like that. Maybe not even that long. It seemed like it was longer than that, but honestly, I just don't know. I was filming for most of the time. Maybe I don't know how long. Maybe, how long was it? 20 minutes plus another 6, maybe 30 or 40 something minutes. And it all just happened like that. There were policemen outside. There weren't a bunch of squad cars everywhere. There were policemen that were outside in their riot gear. They had batons, and you know, uh, there were a few officers that had the guns with the smoke grenades, tear gas. They were lined up, and they had protesters in front of them. There were some people that were yelling at them, or arguing with them, and it was a pretty tense moment. you know what I did see was a lot of people come together today. I did see people of all races: black, white, Puerto Rican, Mexican, Asian. Just everybody was out there in solidarity. Nobody seemed as though they had a problem with anybody. Like, nobody got into any fights. I saw red rags out there. I saw a couple blue rags out there. It seemed as though Bloods and Crips weren't having an issue. No SAs had an issue. No gang issues. No nothing. It was totally like peaceful at first, and in solidarity. It just felt like a very awesome time. It felt like an awesome moment in time to be a part of. A lot of people showed up. There was even a local rapper named Ryan Anthony, Spring Valley Ryan, that represents for Southeast San Diego. He showed up, and he was actually part of the protest that actually shut down our freeway, the 8 freeway. They shut down the freeway, and they had kind of like a little situation with the police that were right there, trying to make sure they didn't, I guess, go too far. They tried to confine them, but then they ended up pushing through anyways. I wasn't at that protest. Apparently, I have a cousin that was at that protest, so maybe I'll ask her. Well, I'm definitely gonna ask her what happened. What was her experience on the freeway? I did talk to her already. She did, I mean, briefly, and she did mention that she was tear gassed. Her, as well as all 3 of her kids, were tear gassed. You know, it's crazy out here. It's really nuts. It's really nuts. So apparently, a lot of people that were on the bridge or on the blocked off the freeway made their way across the bridge over to the police station where I was, and more people joined up. And it was a crazy moment. It was a crazy moment. Like I said, I didn't catch everything because I didn't get there at the very beginning. There was there's stuff that I don't know about still. I'm still putting all the pieces together. I halfway didn't even want to do this video because I'm not sure if I have everything, exactly the way it happened. Like, as far as my experience it is, but there's different pieces to this. It all happened so fast and there was so much of it. This was such a big moment, and this is happening all across the United States. This wasn't just in La Mesa or San Diego. This is happening in like almost every major city in the United States right now. NYC is on fire. LA, Minneapolis went back up in flames. Like, people are sick and tired of the nonsense, of the police brutality, of the murders, to the point where they'll burn down the police station, the town hall in Atlanta. Was it Atlanta? No, I believe Tennessee. I believe it was Tennessee or some southern state. I believe Tennessee. They burnt down the town hall. It's serious, folks. Like, I'm to the point where we might need to really start considering getting the supplies necessary to protect yourselves and your family against tyranny, against terrorists. I seen a video, and I don't remember where this happened because there's so much information that's happening every second of this situation. The police were traveling down the street in armored trucks or armored vehicles, and actually, or no, they were actually walking. Maybe they were in vehicles too, and they had some walking. They fired their tear gas or their pepper gun. They fired their weapons into people's homes, and it actually hit somebody. They're terrorizing people within their own homes, on their porches, telling people, go back inside the house, get inside your house, get inside your house, and then shooting at them. There was an incident, and I don't remember where this was either, forgive me, but he lived in an apartment building, and they shot inside his window. They shot at him inside his window. He wasn't on the porch, he wasn't on the balcony, he was inside his apartment, inside his window. There's so much stuff going on right now. I just want to tell you guys all of it, and I just don't have the time. I'm already on 18 minutes here, and I have to upload this video sometime tonight. But there's so much going on right now. It's really unbelievable. It is truly amazing to watch and to be alive at this time. The fact that we're still dealing with some of the same stuff that we dealt with in the 60s and the 50s and in slavery days, it's mind-boggling. But like I said, folks, I kept it safe. I kept my face mask on for the most part, except for when I was running and I couldn't breathe because I thought they were shooting at me. But it was a great moment up until it wasn't. And right now, I can still hear some police sirens in the distance, and I can still hear the ghetto bird in the sky. I'm not sure exactly what's going on in the streets at night right now, but I'm hoping everybody in my city, and I'm hoping everybody in your city, stays safe and well, and stay smart about whatever decision they decide to make. Just be smart about it. I know they have a curfew now in LA from 8 p.m. to 5:30 in the morning, so nobody's allowed to be on the streets in LA. I don't think they have a curfew out in San Diego. Not yet. Knock on wood. But let me know what you guys think of my videos. 4 videos recorded today while I was at the protest. And let me know what you guys think. Comment, like, share, the hell out of this video and subscribe if you're new to this channel, or if you happen to come across me and you just subscribe and share this video. Share my other videos. Help the message get out. I tried to do my part to bring value to you guys, you know, at the same time keeping myself safe. But I wanted to bring value to you guys, and I wanted to be a part of this, and I wanted to document what was going on, especially when it's going on so close to me. So again, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and like this video, share, subscribe. Love, peace, and light to all my folks out there. You know what I'm saying? For real. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. I'm out.